Hello, hello, my beautiful sacred feminines. Here we are for another week of our tarot and oracle card reading for the sacred feminine, helping us navigate through the energies. We're coming up tomorrow on this amazing, super powerful Lionsgate 8-8 portal, and we have been feeling the energies. I don't know about you, but that full moon in Aquarius and now 8-8, and there's just so much going on, and Venus retrograde, Chiron retrograde, things are happening. Uranus is about to go retrograde, Pluto is retrograde. Got a lot of internal stuff going on, and it's really scraping raw those old belief systems that are not serving us, and really bringing them up to our consciousness and to awareness, and really just moving them through. I think from what I've been hearing, a lot of people are really working with these themes that are coming up, just old ways that are not serving. And I know we keep talking about that here. It's just so much in all the conversations I've been having with women. That's just really what we're working with. And Pluto moving back into Capricorn, breaking down those structures, still annihilating the one tarot reader I see a lot. The Tower card keeps coming up, and that's like those old foundations. They've just got to go. The old patriarchy, it's got to go. It's falling down. The old government system's falling down. But really, this is all internal. Our belief systems are crumbling and falling down. Those old things that just simply do not serve. They served at a different consciousness. They're not serving us now in the consciousness we're at. It was a necessary step in our evolution for whatever it was. Whatever we experienced with it, there's no shaming or blaming, and there's no good sense in being in victim consciousness around it. That is so much what healing sacred feminine is about here, moving out of that victim consciousness. It does not serve us. The patriarchy, the governments, whatever systems, whatever was in place, they were there for a purpose, and it's supporting us in some way, and did support us in some way, and was part of our learning process, maybe just helping us to get stronger into our power. Who knows, whatever meaning you put on it, but we just definitely can't be in blaming and shaming mode around it, because that's just staying in that low consciousness, the low vibe energies. It doesn't serve us at all. So there it was. We've got old systems that aren't working for us. Okay, let's let them go and step strong into our power now and choose new ways of being. So that's what this is all about. Definitely not getting into victim consciousness around it. So let's see what the cards have to say for us during this really powerful time. I can feel how elevated my own energy is right now, and it's interesting because I felt a little more like kind of calm and grounded before I started talking. But as and this can happen for me too when I'm living out here on the road. I'm not talking to anybody, so I might not know exactly how my energy is coming out until I start speaking, and I'm like, wow, I'm pretty like woo today. So, and it makes a lot of sense because the Lionsgate is tomorrow, and we're just in these energies. And I don't know about you and how you've been sleeping, but it's been taking me a very long time to get to sleep. Normally I can just lay down and go to sleep, but now I'm just kind of like laying there for hours and tossing and turning and just like, and then when I finally get to sleep, it's okay, but it just, it'll be like 1 a.m. before I'm just like really sleeping. So yeah, I don't know if that's your experience, but trust that, there's a lot of solar flares happening too. Oh my gosh, there's just so much light pouring onto the planet. And that's why these old belief systems, these old consciousnesses, these old energies, they simply can't survive in the higher vibe frequencies that are coming in the light that's pouring on. They just can't. So that's why they're going away. And the best that we can do right now to work with this is just simply allow the process. Don't fight, don't force, don't try to hold on or cling to, don't try to fill the void by doing. I know that's our old way of being, like, I got to do this, I got to achieve this, I've got to mark all these things off my list. And that's not what we're being called to do right now. Right now is a time of rest, it's a time of calm, it's a time of letting go. Don't try to fill the void. Don't try to scramble to put things all back together, because they're not going to go back together, and it's only going to cause more suffering. The more we're in resistance around this process, the more suffering it's going to be for us, and the more pain we're going to cause ourselves. So Whatever feels like it's going and moving out, let it go. Let it go. Don't try to hold on. And, you know, reach out. Use your lifelines. Find friends. Find people that are going to support you in this process, that also understand the process. Find, you know, astrology podcasts that are going to support your process. Find other tarot readers that are going to support your process. Anybody, there's so many teachings out there. There's a lot of channeled messages. I highly recommend those right now, because they're really giving us a much larger perspective of what's going on in the collective and what's going on for us as galactic beings. You know, we've been kind of really isolated in our little planet here, but that's starting to open up a lot now, and we're starting to realize like how much bigger everything is, and we're part of a much bigger whole. We're not this isolated little separate little individual planet, you know, all alone with nobody. We're part of a really huge community of solar systems, galaxies, other beings. You know, there's so much going on. There's so much going on out there, and we're starting to wake up to that, and it's really exciting. So so that's more of the stuff we're letting go of, that thinking that we're all alone and we're isolated and we're just here on this little planet. So huge shifts and changes. Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, find things that will support you. And again, feel free to reach out to me. I'm totally here for you. And there's a lot of communities that are really opening to this process and really in it, and really like recognizing and working with it in a very conscious and intentional way. There's just so much going on. You can check out, since you're here on my YouTube channel, obviously, if you're watching this, I have a lot of like in my, I don't know what it's called exactly, favorite channels or something. There's a lot of channels in there for you to check out, and some of these are those channeled messages that I really like to listen to. There's and some really wonderful astrologers like Pam Gregory astrologer, Molly McCord. She's all these people. Lee Harris, you know, with his channeled messages and from the Z's. There's Next Level Soul, which is a podcast that has a bunch of channeled messages, and people with near-death experiences are, you know, bringing back messages, really important things. So don't try to do this on your own. You know, there's a lot of resources out there to support us right now in our evolution, and there's so much freaking support if you just, you know, open to it and look for it and want it. It's there for you. It's so there for you. So like these are right here. This is part of our support, right? So cards, tarot cards, oracle cards, huge wisdom for us. And I wanted to touch on this again. I know I mentioned it last time in the last video with the cards. You know, if you're learning tarot, or if you want to, or maybe you're very familiar with it, I don't know, but these cards are very they're a wisdom tool, but they're speaking to you individually, and they have meaning. Each card will have meaning for you. There's a lot of symbolism in these cards that have kind of like their own archetype and a universal theme and meaning to them that we can apply to them, but they might have very different meaning for you. You know, you might see an eagle in here, or clouds might mean something to you, where for you know, kind of in the symbolism, it might mean like a little bit more darkness or a little bit more heaviness in the card, you know. So, but clouds for you might mean something completely different. So trust that, because these are a tool for you. You know, they're speaking to us individually at our own whatever meaning that we give to these cards. So I highly recommend, when you're learning, to explore different resources out there to see you know, what other people feel the cards mean, and what the symbolism is, and maybe it will spark something for you, or deepen and enrich your experience of the cards and help you get to know them. But then as you work with them more, you kind of develop your own understanding and your own personal meaning of these cards. Like yesterday, the Seven of Cups came out, and I believe it's come out for us in last week or the week before. Some people see that as a choice card, like different choices that are presented to you. I see it as a very different type of card myself. For me, it's really a card of the matrix, that represents the matrix, because there's all these different options. Yes, these cups, but they're in this dark cloud, and there's this kind of shadow person that's like looking at all of these different cups full of things. Some of the things in the cup are looking like a little dark and kind of nasty, and but some it's like bling, there's like jewels and stuff, so things that distract us is what I see. Especially since it's shadow, there's shadow elements in that card, so I don't see it as choices necessarily. I see it as distraction, maybe choices of distraction choices. But you know, because I heard it again the other day, like, oh, there's choices here, and it was just like, that's just not how I read the cards. So I looked it up yesterday when it showed up for me, and wanted to see, and yeah, other people talk about choices, but it's just not how I see it. And it's just I mean, I get it. So that's one way, like, it could mean, a certain card could mean a certain thing to a lot of people, maybe even to the collective, and for you it means something very different. But the thing is, these are your guides, this is your wisdom, this is your, whoever you connect with, speaking to you. So my guides, my higher self, my consciousness knows what that card means to me. So when that Seven of Cups shows up for me, it's going to mean the meaning I place upon it. And that's how I'm connecting with myself. That's how I'm speaking to myself. My higher self is speaking to me through what it knows the card means to me. I hope I'm making sense with that. I hope that's clear. But it's your own frequencies. It's your own higher self. It's your own consciousness speaking to you and helping you to understand. So if a card means something to you, your higher self knows that that is what it means. So it's not like trying to trick you or, you know, talk to you in a different language in a way that means something to somebody else. And of course, you're always welcome to explore when a card shows up for you, like, I'd like to get some more information on that, you know, to round out my understanding of it and see if it sparks. That's why sometimes, like, I know what the cards mean to me personally, but sometimes I'm like, I'm going to check out what other people think about this card to see if it sparks something more for me and maybe deepens my experience of the card and my understanding of it, and maybe shows me something that hadn't occurred to me before, you know, and maybe that totally resonates. And sometimes that happens, and other times I'm like, yeah, no, that actually doesn't speak to me, and I really like the Seven of Cups. You know, what it means to me is exactly what it means to me, and it just makes sense for me. So I just wanted to put that out there, so in case you see me reading a card that is very different than how you might read it, again, this is my higher self, my guide speaking through what the meaning is for me. And when you see other readers like, oh, that's not what that card means for me, you know, just understand that that's how they're reading it, and that's the message that's coming through, and for us to not question that and just go, okay, you know. So or not judge it, I guess I should say, not judge it. Yeah, we can question, of course, but not judge. Okay, that being said, I'm going to move the little mouse a bit here, make sure if it doesn't see any activity for a while, it can go dormant. Wow, I'm really talking fast. There's a lot of freaking energy right now. Whew, okay, breathing down. I hear a truck. I'm in a parking lot. There's a lot of vehicles going on here, so you might hear that right now. I don't know. Okay, thank you, Mother Earth, Father Sun, all of our archangel frequencies that we connect with. So many beautiful, powerful frequencies, high vibe frequencies that are moving through us, speaking with all of our guides, our animal spirits. Gosh, that's really loud out there. I hope it's not too loud for you all. One moment, I'm going to see what is going on exactly. I have a podcast recording here shortly, and that is not going to work for recording a podcast. So, let me see what time it is. I'm wondering if I should pause this right now and come back to it. So, actually, I don't think I can. They are really loud. Okay, yeah, I'm going to stop this right now, and I'll have to splice the videos together. I'm going to come back to the reading, so thanks all. I'll be back. And to you, you won't even know that I've gone anywhere, but yeah, thank you. I'm back. Okay, so it's been, I don't know, like an hour and a half since I turned the video off, and I have moved and to a new place, and it was interesting because I had to drive down the freeway a little bit, and there was a 4-car pile up that had completely, like 4 cars completely blocking one side of the freeway. So I always kind of wondered what might happen in that kind of a situation. If cars in front of you get in an accident, you know, how are you able to stop in time? Because I know pileups happen. So obviously something happened with, who knows, maybe 2, and then another car. But for the most part, everybody was able to stop, which is, I find, absolutely fascinating and amazing, given that that would have happened very quickly, right? I mean, accidents like that, it's just really fast. So for everybody else following to be able to catch it and stop in time and not have a bigger mess happen is just mind-boggling. That's how much our angels are watching out for us, you know, because a lot of times when we're driving, we're kind of on autopilot, and I am amazed sometimes how I get from one place to the other. I'm like, I don't even think I was there for that, you know, but somehow I got there. So, but still, it looked like everybody was okay. I didn't see any, this was before, there was not even any, you know, responders, any police or ambulances or anything on the scene. So it had clearly just happened, and but not that they could have gotten through because there were so many cars. It's a freeway and it was just piled up. So but a weird energy to go by. That's never a pleasant thing to see, an accident. And you know, my heart always goes out to people, and I, you know, pray and send love to them, but it's just kind of very sobering to see that. So I pray that everybody's okay. It really looked like they were. Nobody was still in the vehicles, and you know, so everybody was able to get out of their vehicle. That means, you know, they weren't dead. We'll give it that. That's all I know, I think. Who knows, really. But anyways, so just wanted to share that with you because it was really interesting to drive by and just see that. Not very pleasant. So we're back to carry on with our reading. I was at an art fair a couple of days ago in where it was in Idaho, and somebody was selling crystals, and I'm just such a it's hard to pass up the crystals, and these were all $1. They were $1 each. So I got all these amazing, I don't know how well you can see this, but it's all this like raw carnelian. There's like 5 chunks of it for $1, because 5 is such a beautiful color. And you know, carnelian, for working with the sacred feminine energies and our sexuality, is so freaking powerful for the sacral chakra, really clearing out unhealthy sexual energies, repression, trauma, whatever, helping us to be strong in our power, strong in our passion, our purpose, our creativity, really supercharging the sacral chakra. So they really spoke to me. So especially I think during this Venus retrograde, really connecting with the sacred feminine energies and clearing out more and more and more of what's getting in the way of the sacred feminine. So these beautiful chunks of carnelian here in our reading. So if you're feeling that energy, there it is. So okay, and we had invited previously all of our people in, but I'm going to do it again because we're in a different space now. So thank you again, Mother Earth, Father Sun, all the planetary energies we connect with, all of our archangel frequencies, all of our high vibe frequencies that are moving through, animal spirits, plant spirits, stone spirits, crystal spirits, ancestors, and anybody that you connect with, any of the frequencies that are especially supportive for you. Again, recognizing that these are all our energies. They are not outside of us. They are not separate from us. They are us. We are them. There is only one here, and there is no hierarchy. I got a very important message from the water a couple days ago. I was blessing the water, saying, thank you, water, and just like, oh, you're so amazing, water, and just kind of connecting with her at that kind of level, like I was less than the water somehow. And she just said to me, it came through very loud and clear, there is no hierarchy here. We are one. I was like, holy shit. You're absolutely right, and thank you for that. But I just wasn't really expecting to hear from the water like that. So although I'm connecting with her as a consciousness, so of course, like, that's the whole purpose. I'm sending her messages, so she sent me one back, and I was just like, wow. So that was amazing. So yeah, water, we're getting a lot more conscious of our of water's consciousness. This is, again, part of our evolution. Ah, love it. Okay. All right, what words for us today to support us through our process, moving from the wounded feminine energies into the sacred feminine? Any support for our mission right now is so appreciated. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, well, there's that, and there's that. I will take it. That's beautiful. I usually just pull 3. It just couldn't get any better than this, really. And what's on the bottom of the deck? Oh my gosh! Well, it makes sense. Maybe just because I didn't shuffle enough earlier. But we'll take it. On the bottom of the deck, the 7 of Cups. Of course, because we were just talking about it so much. We were just talking about so much. We'll take it. Again, moving out of that matrix. Moving out of the matrix. And so we have our first card here, which is an interesting one to me. This is the 6 of Cups, and but it's reversed. So, and okay, this taps into my friend who's watching this, will be watching this, I imagine. She'll know who I'm talking about. This is, a lot of people think of this as like a childlike energy, the 6 of Cups. That those are like 2 children. I don't really see them as children, but now that I'm saying that, I think that energy could be great because it's something that really taps into what's been coming through, and the fact that it was reversed. So I'm gonna go with this as our inner child, because this is a theme that keeps coming up lately. This inner child work, doing or not even inner child work, letting our inner child play, connecting with our inner child. How do we play? How do we express? How do we have fun and enjoy right now? So, and because it's a reverse, again, I always work with that as an internal energies. So that's how I'm going to look at that. What does our internal inner child want to do to play? How can we connect with that playful side of us, especially with these Leo energies? Leo is a lot about play and creativity and expression, and yeah, so how can you go in and really connect with that inner child and bring out the essence of that inner child? And then we have the Magician, always a freaking powerful card, right? So really tapping into, we're creating our own world right now. This is the Magician has all of the elements there, earth, air, fire, water, and is utilizing them all to create his own reality. And there's beautiful abundance and fertility, and with all the flowers and the plants growing, he's growing his own world by harnessing the powers of all of these elements and really creating what he wants. So what are you creating right now, and what are you creating to support that internal child, that inner child to express? And then beautiful, we have the High Priestess. I mean, shit, the Magician and the High Priestess, you are in control right now. You have all the power. You have absolutely everything you need to create the world that your inner child is ready for and longing for, and that supports that inner child and the inner growth. I mean, goodness, it's just too freaking beautiful here. We've got the Magicians, the sacred masculine, the High Priestess, sacred feminine, and really supporting that inner child. That's so beautiful. And a playground. How do we create our playground? What is the playground that you want to create for yourself? You have all the power right now. We have all the tools. We have all the light. We have all the wisdoms. It's all flowing right now. We just tap into that, go inside and tap into that beauty, the potential. There's so much freaking potential here. It's all here. We have the power. That's why I just keep hearing that. We have the power. We have the power. We have the power if we want to take it, you know? Take it and run with it and create this world, create this beautiful world that our child is ready to play in. It's about having fun and playing. We're over the seriousness, you know. Pluto's going back through Capricorn, clearing out that crap. So now what happens when we move forward and we move into the new earth consciousness? You know, how do we have fun and play with each other? How do we create this new world for ourselves? What are you gonna create for yourself? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? How do you want to have fun? Who do you want to have fun with? Who do you want to play with? You know, that I've been listening to these I know I've mentioned it before, but Sarah Landon, she channels the council, and I got a new teaching recently that I've been listening to, and they're talking about everybody in our world is a playmate. Everyone we're connecting with, we're having fun with, we're playing with them. If we approach it in that way, it doesn't have to be so heavy and dense and serious. Those family members that you might be having strife with, the partner that you just like, being triggered by, and just like, what if we turn it around and reframe it like, these are our playmates, how do we have fun with them? Let's drop the seriousness, let's drop the expectations, the judgments, the needing them to be a different way. Let's have fun. Remember that they are our playmates. And if you don't want to play with them, if you're not enjoying, find other people to play with, bring those people into your world, the people that you want to play with. That's really important. And they were talking about in relationship, it's just like, if you wake up in the morning and you're like, you know what, I don't really feel like playing with that person today, then don't play with them, don't. And I know that that's like getting strong in ourselves and really understanding and creating healthy boundaries. It's kind of easy to say that. It's a little harder like after the fact, because when we are connecting with people in relationship, the way that we come to them and the way we start out that relationship, oftentimes we might not have the same level of consciousness at that time as we did later on in the relationship. So oftentimes we don't set up those healthy boundaries and healthy expectations, or maybe expectations isn't really the word, but the healthy foundations for, because we get into expectations and we get into, this is how this person is supposed to be, this is how it's always been, and if you're not acting like that or not being that way, then there's a problem. So it's not so easy necessarily. It's just to say, this isn't the person I want to play with today, because it's already been set up as expectation. Like, we play every day together, and that's what it is. So this is part of the new consciousness we're coming into, and especially with Venus retrograde, the new ways of doing relationships. Really important to get clear in the beginning and set up those healthier foundations for ourselves in relationships. Try to clear out those expectations. I know I tried to do that in my last relationship. It was just like, here's what I'm looking for, here's what I want out of a relationship, here's what's important to me, and they said they were on the same page, and then it turned out a little bit later that they actually weren't. So it's not always easy to set those up, but at least we can try. Some things happen, of course, life happens, but going into it with as much consciousness as possible, because new relationships might be entering the picture for you. So what do you want out of relationship? What do you want out of a playmate? What is important to you? What are some bottom lines? What are some boundaries? If you're entering into a new relationship, it's very important for you to know exactly what it is you're looking for, so you can, not that there's always room for expansion and creativity, and but some things, some foundations, some bottom lines need to be there. If you have certain things like, this is really what I need from somebody, or what I'm looking for in somebody to play with, we need to be clear on that, so we can express that, share that with the other, with our playmate, and like, this is how I like to play. Do you like to play like this too? And they'll be like, yeah, or no, not really. Actually, that's not appealing to me. So helpful to try to start off like kind of on the same page there, of course, allowing room for expression and change, and things change. So maybe later you don't want to play with that person. So also important to set it up that way. They're talking about commitments and marriage, per se, as something that we've created for ourselves that really ends up just stifling a relationship. Oftentimes, when you put those borders and boundaries around it like that, it can be very, very stifling and heavy, and, set up those expectations that aren't necessarily healthy for fluidity and growth and change and transformation. So really important to look at that for ourselves. And are those old paradigms serving us? Are those old systems, those old structures, those old what's the word I'm looking for, containers, are they working for us truly, or have we just taken them on because that's what everybody does? You just get married. Does that work for you? Does that really, losing my little thing here. Is that really what you desire? And what does marriage look like for you, if it is what you desire? You know, those are important conversations you need to have with your potential partner or your playmate, you know. But really freaking important to explore some of these things we've just taken on as fact. We get married, you fall in love and you get married. You know, I never personally wanted to get married. It really wasn't my thing. I don't think it's necessary to be married. I think that's an old container in an old system that doesn't really speak to me. I tried it out and turns out it didn't work for me, but you know, I was willing to explore it too, because it was definitely important to my partner, and it was the first person I felt like I was able to commit in that way to, because I thought we'd be together forever. But again, why do we need a marriage? And we didn't get legally married. We had our vows in Varanasi, so that was another way. It's like, yes, we committed, we said our vows to each other and created that container for each other, but I never felt like it was necessary to do a legal binding thing in the States saying, yes, you're married. You know, what does that do for me personally? I mean, I think there's some legal things that it supports people with in some ways, you know, if you're having children, or I don't know. But again, we can push back on those systems, and it's time if it's not really serving us. So yeah, and that comes down to the magician here. Create your own reality. And wisdom, our wisdom. Use your intuition. Tap into what really works. Is this really supportive of the sacred feminine? Marriage was a weird system for the feminine. You know, it was like the only way that she could own property. You know, the only way that we had certain rights was to get married. And that's just, again, that's old news. It's really old. Like, why do we get married now? Is it just some romantic fantasy thing? Is it, you know, I don't know. So explore that for yourself. I don't know how we got onto marriage, but I guess because these old systems, yeah, they're falling apart. I know exactly how we got onto that. So yeah, something to look at. And again, I think with the Seven of Cups on the bottom here, that matrix, again, the illusion, breaking free, and things like that, creating healthy boundaries and structures, healthy boundaries that support growth and change and evolution in a relationship. Don't fall over, little cards. You know, yeah. So that's where I went with this particular reading. You know, maybe you're going to read this in a different way. But the Magician and the High Priestess, I mean, and with the 8-8 Lionsgate, fuck, this is exactly where we're at. This is so freaking powerful. You have so much power right now. You get to choose what you want based on your own wisdom and knowledge and intuition. What works for you? This is the fucking epitome of the sacred feminine right here. Just like, our wisdom and our knowledge. Well, there's a number of cards that are the epitome of the sacred feminine. We've got the Queen of Cups, and we've got the Queen of Wands and the Pentacles, and the Empress. Oh my gosh, amazing. But really, really perfect right now. This is our higher consciousness too, with this Lion Gate portal and the Magician. Like, own it, rock it out, create what you want. Just grab hold, take it. Take it. It's all here for the taking, kids. All right, now we're going to pull a card from, here we are again, the Soulful Woman. I'm still connecting with these cards. I'm excited about them. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this reading. It's so freaking perfect for where we're at right now. I just can't say enough. And that inner child, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, words of wisdom for the day. Words of wisdom to support us through this portal right now. Woo! Interesting. Which is not fitting my energy exactly right now. We have Divine Patience. It's a gorgeous card. Sorry, the glare might be hard to see. My soul brings forth the right conditions and opportunities for me. The best answers and solutions are delivered at the best times. And it's a 46 card, which makes the number 10, which comes down to the number 1. 10 and 1, beginnings and endings. Perfect for the portal. Perfect for the portal. 46. I understand the power of divine patience. Knowing what divine patience is intelligent, knowing that divine patience is intelligent waiting. I wait for my soul to bring forth the right conditions and opportunities for me. I wait for the right thing, whether that may be a person, a job, an idea, or a solution. What's getting ready to change in your world? Practicing divine patience, I allow time and space to enter the picture. You know, and that really taps into this magician and high priestess as well, and what we've been working with, these energies of allowing. You can create your own reality. You absolutely can. And that doesn't mean overachieving, overdoing. It doesn't mean following the old ways of being, the old forcing. With the magician, you can allow, and the high priestess, just sit back and wait for it to come to you. You know, wait for it to come to you. Create that for yourself, not in the old ways, not in the old doing, forcing ways. The magician, just allowing. The high priestess, I can see that so much, just not forcing the old ways, just allowing them to come and allowing this patience. That's the new reality that we're creating for ourselves. Allowing. I allow time and space to enter the picture. Trust the unfolding of events. I trust that when the frequencies are aligned and the energies have ripened, the right moment will signal its arrival. It will make itself known to me through synchronicity and chance encounters. Yeah, the things will just going to start arriving to you. They're just going to start arriving in your realm, in your environment, they're going to start showing up for you and speaking to you. And that's the magician as well. When I give myself the gift of divine patience, the gifts of time and space, I open myself to the subtleties of manifestation and enjoy the journey of discovery. I marvel at the fascinating twists and turns of creation in action. Creation. Watching with wonder as things unfold organically in their own way and in their own timing. That is also very important with magic. When we're doing magic, we set it and forget it. You know, we put it out into the universe and allow the universe to do what it needs to do. We don't like start looking at our spells, start looking at what our intentions, what we put out there. Is it happening yet? Is it happening yet? Is it happening yet? No. You put it out into the universe and you wait for the universe to organize itself around you and around all that needs to transpire, working in the background, bringing it forth. You just, all you do is set the intention, have trust and patience and allow and flow. And that's a lot what the magician is about, setting intentions, to putting it out into the universe. What do you want to create? Set it out there and allow. And then we sit back and we allow and trust the timing and the wisdom and the guidance. All right, and now we're going to do this Mother Mary, that glare, sorry, by Alana Fairchild. I really dig these cards. So their images are so freaking gorgeous. All right, let's see what wisdom for the day, wisdom to support us right now through this Lionsgate portal. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Whew. Thank you, Spirit. They're just staying in there right now. I think that's the one. This is great. Oh, these images are just so stunning. They're really lovely, very evocative. Our Lady of Creative Choice. No matter what is happening in your life or how powerless you may feel to bring about change, fear not. If you knew how much power you had, what have I been saying this whole time? You have the power. You are so freaking powerful. If you knew how much power you had, you would laugh with relief. You don't have to control anything or anyone to feel empowered. Your power doesn't come from controlling outcomes. It flows from your endless capacity to make choices. What is your heart's choice in this moment? That fits with this reading exactly. What is your heart's choice for your inner child to just play? What do you want to create? What are you creating? What is your perfect world? What is the new earth consciousness for you? What are you moving into, and how do you move forward with absolute confidence and trust and faith and total just knowing and the wisdom, just so content in your power, so content in the truth of your sacred feminine, your gorgeous sacred feminine empowerment. This is stunning. Your power doesn't come from controlling outcomes. This is, again, dropping all those systems, dropping the need to do, force, achieve, fix, organize. Let it go. It flows from your endless capacity to make choices. What is your heart's choice in this moment? I was just recording a radio show. My first radio show. Oh my gosh, that's so freaking exciting. I've done a lot of podcasts now, but I've never done a radio show, so that was really freaking exciting. So stay tuned for more on that when it's going to come out. So, wow, I'm so excited. But what is your heart's choice in this moment? We were really talking about that. Really working very intentionally to look at how you're making your decisions. Where are you deciding from? Is it from a place of fear? Is it from a place of love? You know, we always need to be coming into that, coming from a place of love, from our hearts. And it's easy once we start like tapping in, slowing down every single decision that you make. And this goes into, you know, everything that you're trying to create, this new reality that you're creating for yourself. Is it from your heart? Is it from your heart? Is it from an expanded place of love and joy and connection and creativity and fun and play? Play. Or is it from fear of not getting needs met, not getting enough love, a fear of lack, a fear of scarcity, a fear of not being enough, not being valued, not being held, not being seen, not achieving, not having all of your dreams come true? Where are you going to choose from? Where are you going to create your world from? Because it needs to be, you know, from your heart, from your intuition, from that higher consciousness, not from those old fear-based systems of scarcity and lack and not having enough and not getting enough and comparing and contrasting and in competition with others. And there's only so much to go around. I got to get mine. I got to get mine. I got to get mine. No, that's what we're letting go of. That's what's going. So really come back into your heart, keep bringing it down, keep bringing it down. And if you don't know if you're choosing from your heart or from your head and from fear, just don't do anything at all. And trust me, I've been working with that one, just on the floor crying sometimes, where I just gotta trust, and I can't force right now. I can't force. Divine patience. If you can't be in your heart, just wait. Just come into that place of stillness and just wait. Don't make choices out of fear right now. Do not move forward out of fear. Do not try to force. Again, reach out for help. Connect with high vibe frequencies. Connect with higher consciousness podcasts, teachings, channels, anything to support you and to keep you in a higher perspective. Don't get mired in the 3D. Don't get mired in the fear. Do not get mired in the fear. Like Pam Gregory, one of my favorite astrologers, get on your eagle's perch. Get on up there and just watch. Higher perspective. Get out from under. Get out from this 3D. The fear. The separation. It's separation. We're not separate. Get up here on your eagle's perch. Get up there. And from up here, it's like, oh, okay. I don't need to be in that. I don't need to move from fear. Okay, so I am super jazzed and pumped and like really excited right now. And this is at half an hour plus what I recorded earlier. So this is a little longer one. All the things again, programs, Sacred Feminine Phoenix Rising, when you're ready to really tap into the truth of your essence and into your heart and move from a heart-based place. Like, yes, let's do this when you're ready for some serious transformation. My 12-week program, I'm really getting very excited. It's a very powerful time to be offering this right now because it's really a complete 180. It's really dropping all the belief systems and really getting them out from under in our unconscious and bringing them up. And really, it's really all about the magician and the high priestess. It's really creating your reality, and it's dismantling any of your old reality that is not serving you in your highest good, to be in your heart and to be in love. It's a 12-week program. There's energy healing sessions each week, and we deep dive into really clearing out some stuff that's not supporting, you know, old ways of being. So yeah, reach out to me if you're interested in that. I know that was a very short description, so but I'll be sharing more about that as we go along. It is an intense transformation. It's for when you're ready to do that kind of work. It's not for everybody, I'm going to tell you. You know, some people want to stay stuck in the matrix and want to stay kind of in a comfort zone, and which is actually getting very uncomfortable the more we go along. That comfort zone is really not holding up anymore. It's just not holding up. So I see this little, I think it's on the screen, it looks like a black mark, but you're probably not seeing that because I think it's just the screen. Again, all of my one-on-one sessions as well, Sacred Feminine Awakening, energy and sound healing sessions to supercharge your adventure and really help to bring you back into your heart, really bring you back into your heart. I work with a sacral chakra monthly healing session to really work with the sexual energies, the creativity, the passion, the purpose, clearing out any unhealthy energies around your sacral chakra. So that's really supercharged for the sacred feminine. And just and I'm going to start offering that for the sacred masculine as well right now, and I'm getting so excited about that, to start working with men too on a couple of these levels. So because I've just had a great time with that, and I'm missing doing that. So bringing in that sacred masculine again, yay for it. And let's see, all the circles, we've got all of our empowerment circles every month. Women's sexual empowerment, the full moon, the new moon, the love bomb is coming up. Love for our communities and fellow family members, our loved ones. We're just going to really just love into this, like a prayer circle, you know, with some drum healing, and just like really, it's going to be delicious and rich and juicy. And unconscious grief of the wounded feminine. Lots of stuff going on here. So stay tuned. Sign up for my mailing list on my website, all those good things. All links are down below. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for rocking out this adventure with me, and I hope you have an amazing 8/8 portal tomorrow, that Lion's Gate, you know, really connecting us with our higher consciousness and really opening us up to more play. We're clearing some stuff out, you know. What is your inner playmate? You know, what is that for you? Let's connect to it. Thanks, everyone. I love you. Bye. Oh, he's looking for that mouth. There it is. Bye.